Ready for the Q&A? He's so sweet.
Hi guys, happy day before New Year's Eve. I felt like I should get one more video up before the end of the year, so I was like, let's do a Q&A so I could sit on my couch with my puppy. Let's begin. I feel like 2019 has been a year for pretty much everyone, but for me, you guys, it has been a fucking year. I'm so ready for it to be over, and I need 2020 to just bring less chronic pain. There's not been one day this entire year that I have not woken up and had some kind of pain throughout the day. Which anyway brings me to my first question. Megan wants to know any update on your chronic pain. Well, do you want to answer or should I? I'll get this one. I would say my chronic pain is better. It's more manageable. Yep, leaving? Okay, goodbye. Anyway, I would say it's definitely more manageable. My posture has improved so much, so it's just been getting my muscles to kind of strengthen so I can keep everything in place, which honestly hasn't really been working that well. I had a really bad week earlier this month, full on just crying for like a week straight, and I was so anxious, just felt out of control. After like 4 days, I literally stood up and like moved around and something cracked, and then everything stopped. Like I wasn't anxious anymore, everything went away, I didn't need to cry anymore, and it was just like, are you kidding? This whole time? The anxiety feels like it's provoked, which is nice that I can get rid of it, hypothetically, but then also, like, that's really fucking annoying because then I think I'm anxious, but I'm not, and it's hard to tell if it is anxiety or if it's just my back hurting. And that's kind of how it is with everything. It's not necessarily back pain that's causing me issues. It's that my hip will get slightly off and then it affects another part of my back and then it affects my neck, which affects my jaw. So then my TMJ is really bad, or like my swallowing gets weird. It basically gives me other weird symptoms that then I really have to get out of my head and be like, okay, what in your back is off? Because that's probably what's causing this, because otherwise there's no reason it would be happening. And usually that's the case. And yeah, so I've been doing good like the last couple weeks, knock on wood. And we'll see, day by day process. I did make an appointment with a general practitioner for January just to get some blood tests done and make sure nothing else is going on that would be making all of this worse and making me not be able to get better, because it's been over a fucking year. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch one of my back pain videos. I explain everything. Anyway, moving on, next question. Stephen Kim wants to know, is your butt a part of your legs or nah? I feel like the fact that even the way you phrase the question makes it a nah, because it's your butt. It's a different part. Like your butt's a separate body part. You would never, like if your butt hurt, you wouldn't be like, my right leg hurts. You'd be like, my right butt cheek hurts. So no, separate. We Are Borg wants to know, how is Max doing? Well, he's great. You saw him a second ago until he was rude and left. Now he's just laying on the floor. Why would you prefer the floor? How is it having a dog when you have chronic back pain? Great question, because I think it's been a bit of a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's amazing because it just gives me something to, one, distract myself. So even if my back hurts, I kind of just like, I have to take care of him anyway. So I just don't get to pay attention to the fact that it's hurting. If it's affecting something that I want to do, it's easier for me to just be like, oh no, I'll just stay home and not do it. If it's affecting like the fact that he is going to shit on the floor and then it's going to cause me more work, I'd rather just do it and grit my teeth through the pain. No, but it's been good. My back hasn't been that bad, and he is a little angel and doesn't require a whole lot of work. We only go out a few times a day. He's great. He's been a little angel. It's nice to just like, one, again, have a responsibility other than myself, because it just like forces me to actually be held accountable. Then also at the same time, it's bad because since he's so perfect and cute and is here and available to hang out all the time, like why would I leave? So I feel like it helps me get up and do things because I have to go outside, but like I don't necessarily leave my apartment. Like we'll still sit on the couch all day. Before, maybe I would have not gotten out of bed for a while. So now I'm getting out of bed and moving around. It just is not necessarily with other humans. It's fine. I'm just gonna be single forever. Dane Lyons wants to know, in all seriousness though, how do you feel having more distance from Clever and being able to do your own thing, and how has it impacted your emotional health? Wow, I definitely am thrilled to not be having to go into an office or being responsible for a channel that I didn't own the content that I was making. It's kind of sucked because dealing with my chronic back pain for the last year, and it pretty much started right around the time that I left. It sucked that, sorry, I forgot. I have a refreshment. No, I'm thrilled to be on my own, but it's very unfortunate that my chronic pain started pretty much when I left to go do my own thing. And after waiting for so long and having built this whole thing up in my head, I had so many expectations for the channel and for myself that then because my back pain got so bad, I couldn't do, and now I feel like still can't do. Like, I have so many lists of ideas of things that I wanted to do, and now I look at it and it's either like, oh, well, it's too late now, or that I just like still can't do it. It's still been a very day-to-day struggle. So ideally 2020, I'm gonna be better and be able to like actually do what I wanna do. I've also been watching a whole lot of content. So I've been trying to get inspired and figure out what is going to make me the happiest, because I'm so used to just like making stuff. Now that I'm on my own, I want the time I spend working to be worthwhile. I don't wanna just like make content to make content. I wanna make stuff that I actually enjoy making and want to share with people afterwards, and hopefully that you guys actually wanna see. I don't know if that was really the question, but Megan Rose wants to know favorite moment of the year, any shared trips next year? Definitely some shared trips next year, just don't know where. I apologize to any shared viewers right now because we were supposed to go to Big Bear and stay in a cabin for a week in the snow, and guess who's back was being a little bitch and we couldn't ruin that one. But yeah, we'll definitely go on some trips, just don't know where yet. I know Jocelyn really wants to go to Korea. Favorite moment of the year. It's funny because despite it being such a shitty year, it's been like also a really, really great year. I'll say getting Max, even though he's being antisocial right now and just not even looking at me when I'm trying to talk to him. I did get sponsored by Coors Light. That was a pretty epic moment. SN Wallaby wants to know, why do you make your dog talk like this? Maybe that's how he talks. You don't know. I don't know, back off. How cool would it be if he could really talk? That'd be amazing. So those were from Twitter. Should we look at a few from Instagram? Sophia Grassi wants to know, how's single life? Looking for a relationship or not at the moment? I mean, I'd say I'm always kind of like down for a relationship. Looking would mean that I'm being a little more proactive than I'm being. I feel like I go in phases that I'll like go on a few dates and then usually it'll result in me hanging out with someone for a couple weeks and then they're usually like, oh, I don't want a relationship. And I'm like, then why the fuck are you on a dating app? Anyway, it's obviously going really well. Single life is fine. At least I have a dog now. I'm kidding. It's fine. Just, I go to so many weddings. It would be nice to have a plus one. Or, you know, my own wedding eventually. 2020 will be the year of dating. Tony's Weird Random Life wants to know, what are your work plans for 2020? Honestly, Tony, I just want to be able to work. That would be a good starting point. I think that's been the biggest negative contributor to my mental health is not being able to work, because then I just lay around here. I'm in pain usually. And then I'm sitting here and I can't do anything. And then it sucks because it's like, even what I want to do, it's not like it's physically challenging, but like for me it is, because sitting at a desk and editing is so difficult. And then when I can do that, which editing's my favorite thing out of the process to do, I'll get all that done. But then filming is a huge process because then I have to like get ready and I have to set up all the lights and set up my camera. And usually by the time I do all of that, something has gone wrong in my back and it hurts and I am over it and don't want to do it. So honestly, most of the time it's filming that's been my problem. So in 2020, I want to do more things, film more things, and just feel better. I want to be more consistent. That's my plan. The Crow 1987 says, when did you want a pet? Always. Hannah Greenway wants to know, if you could only have one for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Coors or Dr. Pepper? I'd say Dr. Pepper because I feel like it wouldn't be, I don't know, that's hard though, because it's like if this is pretty much the only alcohol I drink. They're two different classifications of beverages, so it's hard for me to choose. I guess that if I wasn't gonna give up alcohol, then I would have to pick Coors, because I have other drinks, like non-alcoholic beverages that I can enjoy, like a good Sprite. I like the taste of Dr. Pepper more, but like I can't give up beer. And I can't switch to Bud Light, that feels wrong. Not sponsored. Sydney Berman wants to know, what is the biggest thing you learned from 2019? And also, what are you excited for in 2020? Biggest thing I learned in 2019 is to not be so hard on myself. I want to say I learned that, but I feel like it's just now settling in. So I guess it's still 2019, it counts. It's just been like a rough year and it's easy to get frustrated when you can't really do that much. I'm always excited for Coachella. That's like my Christmas, I feel like. And I know that probably makes me sound super basic, but for some reason, I just thrive at Coachella. It's great time. This is funny. Hey Fraga 815 and Randy John 1911 both said they want to know, how many Coors Lights do I think I drank in 2019? I don't even know how to begin to calculate that, but I haven't been drinking a lot the last few months. I'd have to guess hundreds. Do you think thousands maybe? Probably thousands. I don't know. So many. Doha Mod wants to know, what are some things you're planning on doing in 2020 that prioritize your needs? Are you calling me out for not prioritizing my needs this year? Which is absolutely true. I think my biggest thing that I'm hoping to do is go on more trips. Like, even if it's just like weekend things, like just try and plan more things, more activities. Leave my apartment more. I do love it here though. Sweet Marie 97 wants to know, did you officially cut ties with Clever, and if so, why? I don't know if I would say officially. I don't have any kind of contract. I'm not planning on going in there to film anything anytime soon. I had signed a short deal right after everything happened where I went back in for 5 shoot days, but that was it. And now I barely shoot for my own channel or shared, so I don't have the energy to do a whole lot. And also it's in Santa Monica, which is such a long drive. So it's, even when I was going in, it was so hard because on top of like an 8-hour shoot day, I was in the car for 3 hours a day. So it was a lot. If they'd like to come film in my apartment, sure. Grace Gotcha says, what is your career like now? Honestly, I feel like I describe it to my family and friends as feeling like I'm unemployed a lot of the time, but still getting paid, which is like the dream, I guess, except not, because I'm just like bored and want to be able to do things and I just can't. I feel like this is all just turning into answers about my back, but most of my income has been from like social media deals or sponsorships on videos, and a lot of the videos I've only done because they're sponsorships because I need to get paid, because otherwise I haven't physically been able to film and edit things. So I've just kind of been trying to take a break and convince myself that I'm okay with taking a break, which I haven't been, which is why you'll see me like pop back up and I'm like, hey, I'm doing great. And then all of a sudden, like another week, I have a terrible week and I can't do anything again for a month. I'm hoping that my back is going to keep getting better. We're going to figure out if there's something else wrong. So I'm just trying to focus on my health for the moment, and then we'll see where my career goes from there. Hopefully it goes well.
Okay, I think we'll end with another Maxi question. You want to read it? No.
Okay. Liz Mooseman wants to know, what breed of dog is Max, and what made you decide to get that breed? Well, I rescued him, so I didn't decide to get, his face is why I decided. They told me that he was a Shiba Inu mix originally. Then when we went to the vet, they were like, he's a terrier mix, and like laughed at me. I'm sorry. Just trying to show you off to the people. He had his first trip to the dog park today, so he's a little exhausted. Vet said terrier mix. So then one night I got super high at like 2 a.m. and I was like, terriers all look different though. And I Googled just terrier. And then all of a sudden I see this one and I was like, that looks exactly like him. So I'd never heard of a patent terrier, but I'm pretty sure that that's definitely it. Could be a mix of something else. I'm gonna do one of those DNA tests. I just need to actually order it. I think that's it for 2019.
I think we're done. Yes, you're bound to belly rubs. Belly rubs, but you won't be in the video.
Okay, well that's it for 2019, I think. Apologies that my videos have been severely inconsistent, and thank you for watching if you have been. Subscribe and watch more if you haven't. Thank you guys for being so supportive this entire year. You guys are great. I'll see you in 2020. Cheers.